My name is Kai Ramos. I'm from Southampton, Massachusetts, and I enjoy drawing, playing video games, sports, going to the beach, and watching anime. My connection with Oregon is when I was 2.5, I had a kidney transplant by my mother.
Hi, my name is Mindy Ramos, and I'm Kai's mom. Um, I enjoy doing many of the same things Kai likes to do, except draw and video games. We like to spend our time at the beach and being active and hanging out with our dog. Well, wow, it's our favorite pastimes together. And I do enjoy reading and um, hanging out with friends and family,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my connection to organ donation is that when Kai was 2.5, I donated my kidney to Kai. Well, the process for us, for me transplanting, donating my kidney to Kai, was probably different than what's happening more presently because it was over 18 years ago.
Hmm.
So, technology and medicine and testing and all of that has grown leaps and bounds since then. But for us, like we said, Kai was transplanted at 2.5. We knew very early on that he was going to need a transplant really as soon as possible because he was in end stage renal disease when he was born and on dialysis. So the best case scenario for him was to get him healthy and strong enough to accept a kidney. So we started that process early on, looking for matches within the family. And initially, the workup was being done for my mother, Kai's grandmother, to be the donor. And that's kind of how the direction that we had taken it. Since I was going to be Kai's primary caregiver, he still was going to have a lot of, um, care and medical interventions that he was going to need. And also being such a baby, he was going to need his mother and and his dad as well. His dad was not a match, which is why we looked outside of the family, outside of our immediate family. So at first, I wasn't even looking to get tested because I was going to be taking care of Kai during the process. And then within more of the workup, my mom kind of got ruled out after some of the initial tests of blood type and kidney size and things like that due to some health issues. So you have to be, in order to donate, you do need to be in good health and it had to be no risk to the actual donor as well. So that was a little jarring at the time because we then had to reposition everything that we were thinking that was going to be for Kai's transplant experience and care afterwards. So very shortly after that, I had the workup. I was a perfect match on all of the antigens. There's like 6 different antigens that you can be compatible to, and we were very compatible. And because I'm a petite person, my kidney was actually going to be a great size for Kai as well, being as little as he was. So it was then a no-brainer that I was going to donate to Kai, and it was a great experience. Although it was challenging trying to um, make sure I cared for myself so that I could care for him in the long run and recover from the surgery and put all of the pieces together to have care being taken care of for Kai and myself when we got home. And, eventually when his dad went back to work, having to put all those pieces together. But like I said, the recovery time for that it wasn't that bad. Um, I was up and out of my bed the second day, I believe, and in the room with Kai, hanging out with Kai for a while. In the hospital, we were on separate floors. I was actually discharged from the hospital first, and then Kai was discharged about a week or so later. And they always say that the recovery for the donor is just a little bit more longer because the recipient almost immediately, as long as things go well, start feeling great really quickly. So funny story is like we come home and I'm trying to recover and I'm like, I've never had a major surgery like that before. And he's feeling good as gold. And now I've got like this robust toddler wanting to get into everything and feeling great. And I was trying to keep up with him. So
I mean, I just kind of was rolling with the punches as a kid. I don't think I really grasped what was really going on until I was older. So I didn't really think much of it. I was like, oh, it's just a daily routine. I didn't really think how like severe it was. So I think as I got older, I started realizing how much more serious it was. So I think when I was older, being on top of my meds became more of a priority than when I was younger, without a doubt. So I mainly had mom and other people doing my meds for me when I was a kid because I mean, I was a kid. I didn't really remember any of my meds at all. But having my mom and other people there to support me definitely helped a lot. And I'm doing a lot better now with my meds now that I'm older and I'm doing my meds by myself. And it's a big, big, big change, but I'm doing it. Yeah, definitely being a college student on top of COVID and stuff like that. Being an organ recipient definitely puts a lot of stress on you sometimes, just because you don't know what's out there. And, you know, sometimes when you overthink things a lot, like I do, the worst case scenario just comes in your head all the time. So you're always like worrying and stuff like that. And like you have the people worrying that aren't immunocompromised. And then you have the people that are really, really worried who are immunocompromised, like me, but still got to go out in the world and do their things and live their life. Yeah, even with all this pressure. I kind of do quite a bit. What have we done in the past? I know I've been to a Bruins game before. We usually do something with the family and friends. Last year we went to like we rented out a movie theater. Yeah, because of COVID, so we rented out our own movie theater with family and friends. We watched Beetlejuice because I love Halloween. That's my favorite holiday. So, and that's why I like that it's like right there. So like if we can, it could be Halloween themed and it'd be awesome. I
Oh,
love it.
October.
Yeah, because it's in October, so it's
October.
Halloween. I love Halloween.
Yeah, every year we try to celebrate it as you would a birthday. It's kind of, we call it his kidney birthday, kidney anniversary. And I thought for sure he was going to say that every year I make him pancakes with
Oh yeah.
the
Oh
number of his year of transplant on there, but
yeah,
you
that
know,
too. I forgot about
I was
that. I
like,
mean, I didn't forget. I didn't forget, but like, I'm just in. It's just the morning, and I'm like, really like tired. I don't really remember, but like, I remember now.
so we just try to honor it and
Yeah.
keep it to the tradition alive and just be grateful for each year that we are able to make those pancakes and each year that we are able to celebrate. Um, yeah, and it's not, we never do things like over the top, like the movie theater or whatever. But we do
With the
know that
Bruins game where
sometimes,
you put my
sometimes
name
we,
on the thing.
yeah, sometimes we try to do things to be, kind of out there and fun and
Yeah.
just, and to let other people know, like when we go out, we are like, yeah, Kai's celebrating his 17th kidney, birthday. What do you mean kidney birthday? And we have an opportunity to talk about it. And like you said, at the Bruins game, we went to a Bruins game, and on the teleprompter, whatever, we had,
Jumbotron.
yeah, Jumbotron, we had his name, happy, six, I think it was happy sixth kidney birthday, Kai
Something
Ramos.
like that.
And so, then it's like showing awareness to other people as well, too, that this is happening. And you can enjoy things like going to a Bruins game or going to your favorite movie, or, whereas before, when he was sick or when he does get sick,
You
those kind
couldn't.
of celebrations had to be put on hold. So we kind of make up for lost time sometimes.
I joined Team New England because I wanted to be a part of something that, like I was saying before, a part of something that people get and everyone has been a part of. But not only that, but to have it be an event, like a sporting event for people that was, yeah, for that have transplant recipients and donors and all that stuff. When I saw it and like I first heard about it, I was like, oh wow, this is like super cool. Like I can't wait to try this and whatever. And then going on, I was when New Jersey was planned, and then it didn't, and I was like kind of bummed out. But then everyone was able to like put their heads together and do something to have it online, and I was like so grateful for it. I was like, can finally like get out and do something and start pushing myself, and it felt really good. It felt really good. Just mainly just because I enjoy sports. I enjoy getting outside and I enjoy getting active. Like been in the house for a whole year, so needed to get out and do something. I think favorite part about my games this summer was being able to share the experience with other people
Mm.
who have had organ transplants and donors and stuff like that, to see, just to meet new people around the world and just know that you're not the only one out there. And whether you think you can do something or you can't, you can do it. So I didn't think I'd be able to do this like 100-meter run in the time that I wanted to, and I ended up beating that time like a lot. So I never knew that I could it. So it's like kind of like a uh, yeah,
Personal goal.
personal goals. There you go. See, and her too. I needed her around too, so that's another reason why. I mean, that's obviously you have some concerns when signing up for a organ transplant and you're on like you need to donate one or whatever, and it's totally reasonable to be skeptical about it and scared and anxious, and all those emotions are okay. It's okay to have emotions about this. It's okay to have thoughts about it, but in the long run, like if it's like a kidney, like let's say like you can live with one kidney. Obviously, we are living proof you can live with one kidney for a very long time. Um, it's it helps in the long run, and it doesn't affect you. I mean, we've had the experience where kidneys, it's one taken out, you can still live a happy life. You just gotta drink a lot more water. That's literally it. You just gotta drink more water than the average person. But you're just doing a good thing for a family that desperately needs it for themselves, a family member, their kid, brother, mother, anyone. Like it really helps. Um, and it really would make the other family feel proud, and you end up having a special unbreakable bond with that family because you literally have a part of you inside of them.
As a living donor, as well, like I said, I went through the process, 18 years ago, and medical advances has taken place tremendously in that time. And the process for me 18 years ago was I was relatively unscathed. I would do it for a stranger if I could, because the process was really just that easy, and the feel. Obviously, it was my son, so it's almost a no-brainer. It's like, okay, if you can do something for someone that you truly love, you're going to do it, right? Because I get that much more motivation. But as a living donor, if you could, be a living donor for somebody else that you don't know, again, that you're knowing that you're going to be doing something so much greater and giving this person a much greater life, because life before transplantation is pretty hard and
So
pretty miserable.
it's bad.
And although it's not a cure, obviously it's a treatment, and it's, going to prolong their life. And that person is going to do wonderful things with their life because they have a new lease on life. So you're paying that part forward. Um, and again, obviously there are some, transplantations that can't happen through a living donor. So being registered when you pass, or having a loved one's passed, whatever, regardless of what your religious beliefs are, or your, what you think may happen with your body afterlife, you just have to think about those organs can give somebody a new lease on life. Um, the whole reduce, reuse, recycle. You gotta do that. You can do that with your organs as well too. I think the adage of is, of course, donate your organs because God knows you don't need them. When you pass, and someone here will. Um, and you really will give them a whole new lease on life. Living donors, you can do it. It's, the risks are very minimal. Just think about all of the surgeries and all of the risks that the people who are awaiting transplantation had to go through to get to where they are, and they've made it under sick times. So the medical advances are so great now that the risk is so minimal and the recovery time is relatively quick. And there are so many programs that will help support financially people who need to take time off of work, and there's scholarships and that, it's just so worth looking into, especially because of the community of people that you will be surrounded with if you choose to put yourself out there.